Talk podcast is a judgmental-free zone. What you're about to listen to is a free exchange of ideas and opinions. These conversations are meant to be an expression of purpose and life experiences. So sit back, buckle up. I'm Trey Abeda, also known as Trey the Barber, and welcome to Shop Talk Podcast. 3, 2, 1. I'm Trey the Barber.
And I'm Party Boi Rokk.
And welcome to Shop Talk. I think we never properly introduced my co-host. This is Party Boi Rokk.
Hey, what's up,
the
guys?
One and only.
Hey,
Those of you who don't know, he's a dope artist. Say.
BK Rocket a champ, I'm representing my section and I be doing it big, not quite like haters expected. I got the kiss of a dragon, a strength that's not to be tested. And don't
He's a very valuable friend.
Thank you, man.
And
dang, all the feels. It's like the emoji with the hearts on it and shit.
Dang,
that's how I feel right
Heart
now.
eyes.
Heart eyes. Hey, I bought some twang.
Eat that.
Let me eat that.
Eat that. It's cocaine. He calls it twang.
It was how you could tell I've been in jail and shit.
It's dinner. Trending topic I saw today on Twitter. Look at this. 5 people arrested in connection with the murder of rap artist Pop Smoke.
Damn.
Just an hour ago.
Who are the people? I want to know. You guys know who Pop Smoke is, right?
Pop Smoke was an emerging artist coming out of New York.
Yeah.
And he was shot and killed. Someone smoked Pop
LA.
Smoke. 5 people, 2 of them juveniles.
Damn,
Taken
kids.
into custody. Yep. The story came out. The story came out an hour ago.
That was painful. Please edit that. I mean, unless it's funny. If it's funny,
I'll send it to you.
Yeah, no, you would. You would send it to me.
Anyways, detectives still trying to determine a motive, but I don't know. What do you think? You think it was just a robbery, or you think it was like premeditated?
Yeah, honestly, Pop Smoke isn't somebody I was really tuned into until I heard about his death.
Isn't that crazy how it happens? Like, you don't appreciate somebody's like art, music, whatever it is, until they're gone. Until they're dead.
I think that's very true because you know they're not gonna make any more music. So then you go back and listen to all their shit with a different depth. And I think even listening to music, knowing that an artist is dead, gives it this special like vibe to it.
Yeah, like Mac Miller when he died.
All of them.
Yeah, all of them.
Juice WRLD, Tupac, Biggie,
Triple X.
Yeah, that X shit hurt me, bro. I really like Triple X, like, cause you knew he was trying to like turn his life around and shit.
Yeah.
And like I was fucking with him tough, and like the whole controversy with Drake.
You know what's crazy? Like the music that you make today, it's kind of that same message. Mm-hmm. He had more of like a pop rock type of.
Yeah.
You got that like hip hop like that.
Hip hop pop.
Yeah.
Type shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
I dig it. It's just nobody likes my music, so.
I like your music.
Fuck you guys. I love this guy.
I love his music.
I saw a tweet from like what's that nigga who was pulling out the coupe in a lot?
Roddy Ricch.
Roddy Ricch. I saw like a tweet like 10 years ago, like 2007 type shit, like old as fuck, where he was frustrated. He was like, nobody like my music and shit, you know? And then like a decade later, he's like one of the biggest artists.
Yeah.
You feel me?
So one song, like that song's like one of the biggest songs behind Nas X.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Yeah. So like, you know, it's just a matter of never giving up on yourself, never giving up on your craft. And I've been doing this shit a long time. He's been jamming my shit since he was 12. I was 15. And like, we've been rocking for years. And I'm the kind of person and I have the kind of character where I'm not going to stop.
Bro, I remember walking to school with my headphones on, over-the-ear headphones,
just jamming Break 'Em Off Texas.
These boys off, this is my scene. Third coast, Texas, home of the three kings. TXH, town of Colleen. Nigga, it's the south side, south side, south side.
That was my shit.
And when I got to school, I'd be in my locker, like getting ready, like, because I was going to 2 days football camp.
Yeah.
I'd be jamming or whatever, and people would be hearing like my music coming out of my earphones, or headphones. Like, yo, what are you listening to?
All aggressive.
Yeah.
What are you listening to?
Yeah. Fuck are you listening to? Turn that shit off. They told me to plug in my iPod. Plugged it in. We had it on the loudspeaker.
Damn,
that shit was,
that shit was crazy.
Dope. Everyone was jumping, had towels spinning, like that P.D. Pablo song.
Damn,
that shit was live.
Bro.
But, yeah. I think my mentality as far as like business and like even, and you probably didn't even know yet, like, and you like even now listening to it, you go back and it's like hard music, like it's like, but it had like like little messages in between,
little gems and shit,
and I'm just like, dang, like I would tweet those and I would like put them on Facebook or like MySpace, and I just like just have little like notes of those lyrics. And,
that's crazy.
Yeah,
and it's crazy too, cause like in those times, in those moments, like I always had the mentality like if I could just inspire one person, right? Like I didn't even care to like reach a whole bunch of people. I'm just like, if there's just one person in this world that like hears this shit, fucks with it, and like it inspires them to like change or be better, like mission accomplished. You feel me? And it's crazy that that was low key like you. You feel me? And the weirdest thing about it for me, bro, is how I put myself out there to like do something great, and in my head and in my mind, like nothing's happening, nothing's working, and I get discouraged, and I'm like, yo, I want to quit. I'm done. Like this shit is over with. Whole time this shit is like manifesting and like elevating your game, and then you turn around, come back, and reinvigorate my shit. You feel me? Like that shit. I think about that shit and I'm like, yo, that shit is so weird.
It is.
And it's so crazy because, like, there was a time where I had quit. Like, I don't know if y'all know this, but I had quit music. I was just like, fuck it. Like, I'm tired. I've been doing this shit too long. Like, nobody gives a fuck. Nobody cares. And I went back to school and started going to Texas State. And I remember coming out of class. I had already quit. And I was coming out of class. And he calls me on the phone and he's like, bro, you can't quit. You feel me? I remember that combo.
Yeah, I remember being at HEB. I remember pulling up. I remember it eating me alive. Like I just had to let you. Or I think at one point I was like, damn, like he's really done with music. That sucks. That's like if Drake today said, I'm never doing music again.
Damn.
So like
crazy.
when you said you weren't doing music again, I remember. There was like a week where I was just like, fuck, that's crazy. Like, there's no more music coming in. Now who do I listen to?
Yeah. Damn.
So I remember pulling up to HEB. I remember walking in and out the aisles.
Yeah.
And I might even text my brother first, but I remember calling you. We had that conversation. I was like, bro, you can't quit music. Like, I'm just now breaking into the music industry as far as like meeting people.
You were popping with the cuts.
Yeah,
At
I mean,
that
it's
time,
just
this dude was popping with the cuts.
And it was
Martin
just haircuts.
Lawrence,
Yeah,
fucking,
everybody.
You was cutting some fucking A-listers, bro. That shit was so crazy.
And once I got in contact with Steve Lobel, I saw like the opportunity. And I was like, man, if I could just get Rock in front of this guy.
Nah, I remember like when I was in college, we had that conversation. You was like, yo, don't quit. And I literally told you on the phone. I said, all right, bro, I'm gonna keep doing music just for you. Like I literally said that shit. I don't know if you remember that shit. I was like, bro, because I did it for everybody, grinded, worked so hard, and I just kind of really never got nowhere. And when he called me and was the only person who cared to like have me still do music, I was like, all right, bro, I'm gonna keep doing this shit just for you. Fuck it. And as long as you jam it, you fuck with it, we gonna keep going. And since then, like since that moment, we did multiple South by Southwest, got in the rooms with people, did shit with Designer, did shit with Tory Lanez, opened up for Wale, Waka Flocka, Trey the Truth, Juicy J, Big Sean, what's that down south nigga, Big Crit, we opened up for all these shows. We done traveled the country. We went on tour, went to Atlanta, did some shit with T.I., went to Cali, did a tour, opened up for Bone Thugs and Heart. Like, so much shit happened. Like, and we did so much, like, traveling and just meeting people and shaking hands and working with industry people and just growing and developing and learning just off of a nigga saying don't quit. And then we just kept at it and, like, got into a real good place in my career, in my life.
Even like the style of music, how it's just grown over the years.
Yeah, like, you know, I've elevated my approach and how I do things, and, like, you know, I've gotten millions of views on the internet. We did shit with Brittany Renner and got like 12, 13 million fucking views on Instagram off of it. Collaborating, working. We had an addition to our team, to our Trade Pound team, because it was just me and him. And we got Anthony Pacina to join us and shit, and he's like our A&R promoter, which he's, you know, I got so much love and respect for him because he's been making shit happen for us. And, like, it's just been a blessing, bro. Like, it's been a blessing these past, like, 5-6 years we've been doing this shit. And, like, I'm excited to keep going. Like, I know deep down inside me, I got, like, 20 more years. Easy. I got 20 more years of music and content. And, like, I'm excited to see, like, where we're going to go in the next 3 years, 5 years, 10 years. Like, what's going to happen.
I feel like we're on a path that can't be duplicated. Because, like, I mean, you hear the stories of one-hit wonders or, like, you know, just the people that make you think that it's easy. You know, the grind is definitely not easy. I mean, we've seen it, we've felt it, we've hurt from it. But, I mean, I feel like we're on a unique path, and it's, the best is yet to come.
And the thing about it, bro, is, like, all the times I always thought in my head, like, oh, like, some shit's gonna happen, or we're gonna meet somebody and get whatever. But, like, if anybody were to ask me, how did you get into the music industry? How did you make it? How did you whatever? I always thought I would have an answer like, oh, you gotta do this, and you gotta do that, and you gotta market, and you gotta network, and you gotta build this. And yo, like, this shit that we've done has been pure destiny. Right? Like, it's a coincidence that I came to Texas and met this nigga. It's a coincidence that he fuck with my music. It's a coincidence that he built his own empire through cutting hair and barbering and doing his own thing and having all these connections, and then is in a position to plug me in and shit. Like, all that shit is nothing I could have calculated. It's nothing I could have figured out. It's nothing I could have, like, worked together. None of that shit. Like, it's just pure destiny. So for me, I don't have an answer to that. Like, all I can do is just create dope content, stay true to my homies, and, like, try to continue to make the shit, you know, and keep making dope records and learning and exploring and doing all that other shit I said. But, like, sometimes that shit is just fate, right? Like, you're either destined to be there. I
mean, think about what your music has done for us, though. Like, even me with just, I remember for the longest time I was cutting hair in a dual license salon. It was like half barbers, half stylists. And for the longest time, I didn't want my own business. I didn't want my own shop. Yeah. And I feel like as we started to grow as a duo, you know, we became like our own little entity, our own business, and that inspired me to do this. You know, like, and this is just
wonderful.
This is like the first of, like,
this shit's amazing. This is the first of one shot. Like, my vision for your shit is to have multiple Trade a Barber. You feel me? The shops all around Texas. Fuck around and expand, franchise that bitch, and have that shit all around the country. You feel me? And just that entrepreneurial spirit, to be able to, you know, enterprise and grow.
And I think we're on that path, you know, just from being together. Like, even if music just stayed where it was, like, we've already grown in another avenue. You know?
That's what I appreciate, like, our stock shit. Us getting into stocks. What's that shit say?
Oh, stop recording.
Damn. I hope it didn't do that for a while.
Nah, I just looked at it.
We just had some good ass content.
Damn. Where do you think it went off at?
I like doing these podcasts.
Me too. Like, you just talk and you can just, like...
you just talk.
You can just talk. It's just delicious. Cash App. You can now invest on Cash App. Stocks. It's pretty dope. I just bought into Disney. bought in like pretty much all the.
I think E-Trade, Ameritrade, all them niggas is mad.
So what is the difference though between like a E-Trade, Ameritrade, and like a Albert Investments or like Robinhood and like?
So they're all of them. They're just online brokers. A broker is just a fancy word for a middleman, and middleman, does the transaction, right? Like anything, right? You got a middleman in drugs and shit. If you can't trust giving a guy something because he's gonna run off with it, you give it to a third party, right, so that they can facilitate the transaction. Damn, this shit clipping like a motherfucker when we laugh.
It goes like, oh yeah, I can edit out the laughs.
Cause you know how we just be laughing.
That shit's cool though. But yeah, so middleman, broker, that's all it is. And now in 2020, you got online brokers. Back in the day, it was actually a person with a firm. They still got that shit on Wall Street, but private brokers who will help you, invest in the right people and shit. But yeah, it's just an online middleman to buy stocks, and you put your money in, set up a bank account. So there is really no difference except for the fact the perks and the functionality and the tools that each one comes with. Certain people like Ameritrade, other people like E-Trade, some people like Robinhood. Robinhood is like marketed towards like the amateur.
Right.
To kind of like get.
Because I've noticed on those you can invest like cents to $1 to like your leftover money, and then on E-Trade you're pretty much buying the whole share.
Yeah.
You're not investing in like 0.01 of a share.
And I think that's what Cash App is doing too. Is just trying to get more and more people into investing. And, they obviously benefit from it. You could even invest through your bank, right?
I think it's dope, though, because, like, even just, 2 years ago, I didn't investing in stocks all it was, Like, even you, like, you did your research and put me on, and that's what I mean about a valuable friend. Everybody needs valuable friends.
Hey, that shit makes me feel so good, man. Like,
it does, though.
Out of all the shit talking you do in our group chats, this is nice.
Fuck your music, send me that.
This shit's nice. But yeah, man, and that's what it is. Like, I got into it, and I remember as a kid, bro, I was really like, I was always intimidated and afraid about stocks. Like, I'll never get into it because, I was just intimidated and afraid.
One's like the unknowing,
Exactly. And you have friends and family who, like, they have their perception on it, and they talk negatively about it, and you grow.
It makes you not want to do it.
Exactly. You grow with that conditioning. So for me, I always dreaded it. Like, man, it's so confusing, but I know that's where rich people are at, but I'm not going to do it. And then recently, I watched a video that, like, sparked that bug for me.
Right.
And I was like, yeah, let me get into it. And it was crazy because, like, I remember when I first invested, I put, like, $1,000, and then I, like, bought some shares of some shit.
And what?
Oh, I don't remember my first investment. I just know that, like, my $1,000, one day I woke up, it was like 900. Next day, it was like 1,300. And it was like fluctuating up and down. And I was like, damn, so all this shit is like a fluctuating bank account.
It's emotional.
Yeah, and when I saw that, it was very exciting. Because
and scary.
It was scary and exciting. Mainly because it was like,
how am I gonna do today?
Exactly. And like I was on some shit where it's like, damn, like what if one day I wake up and it says 20,000, So, and that's what like set me on my journey, set me on my path. What about you? Because I know you invested in some shit.
Yeah, I started slow. So I remember you sending the marijuana, the medicinal marijuana companies, Pot Network, and really I think I've been doing more reading than investing.
Okay.
Just trying to understand it fully before you like risk all your money.
Facts.
So
my first year of investing, I lost money. I lost a lot. Reason being was because I unexpectedly got laid off from my job, and I needed some money, and I had like 10 G's tied up in the stock. And so I had to sell shit that I was waiting on just to get money back to like live. You feel me? So I wasn't in a really good like I didn't know, and I wasn't in a good place, but it was trial and error.
You were in college when you started, or is it?
Nah, it was definitely after. After I got some big boy jobs and was making some money, I was just so excited because I was making money, and then I had put in a bunch of stocks that I was trying to see what it was gonna do, and then I unexpectedly lost my job and I needed money. Like I wasn't able to get one as quickly as I thought. So then I just had to pull out of my stocks, even some where I had lost. I had to take the money out because it was like, damn, I need this 1,000 right now. I can't wait for it to bounce back. So after I pulled everything out, I probably lost like 3 or 4 grand, and that shit was painful. But I had to pay bills, had to stay in my apartment,
Right.
I had to take care of business. And sometimes it just comes with it.
That's why I like putting 100 here, 100 there. It's like in Cash App, Venmo, Apple Pay. I use Albert Investments. Like I have at least minimum 1,000 in each thing.
Yeah.
And anytime it hits like, I act like that 1,000's a zero, but anytime I hit 100 after that 1,000, I'll throw that in the stocks. So.
Yeah, so it's at a point now. I'm doing good. This year I've been doing really good. I adopted this new strategy for investing. So I only invest in companies that crash. Right, like when I know the stock is significantly crashed, I invest because I don't think
it has only one way to go after that.
Exactly. Okay. And I'm not confident enough
right.
in the stock market to just be like, oh, I know this is going to be a winner, or this is going to be good, or I've researched the company and the things they're going to do is going to make money, right? Because you got to know how a company makes their money. So, yeah, you're absolutely right. I wait for it. When I see something crashing and I know they're going to bounce back because it's a solid company,
right.
I invest in them. And then I adopted this strategy where, like, as soon as I recoup my investment and I'm up like 30-40%, I'll sell enough shares to get my money back.
Right.
So I don't have to pay taxes.
You leave your initial investment in.
Yeah, I don't have to pay taxes and I got free shares. And it's not a lot, but it's free shares. And if you pick a good stock that you can get a lot of and then recoup your investment and then still be sitting on a lot of shares, I don't care if it goes up or down at that point. Who gives a fuck? Because I didn't work for it. If it goes down, I didn't lose money. And if it goes up, you could win.
Now, how valuable you think this information would be if the schools would teach this shit to us? I was listening to Joe Rogan and Kevin Hart, and he's got a tour where he goes around and he goes to different black communities and like underprivileged schools and communities, and they preach on investments, stocks, like you said, we're taught it's bad, but really, they go around and they, teach the public schools investments and mortgages and like, shit that you need to know as an adult,
I think, I forgot what famous guy said this, but he basically said 80% of the population needs to be workers and 20% of the population needs to control the workers. The thing about it is
do that again. Hey, somebody text me. I remember who it was. It was like, hey, why was y'all knees touching the whole time? All jealous.
It's because we liked it.
I'm jealous. We were all going harder.
Some famous guy said some shit like 80% of the population is supposed to be workers and 20%, because not everybody can be the chief. Not everybody can be the boss. And if everybody has this information, everyone's going to try to be the boss. I don't really believe in that shit, but I understand where they're going with it. And I think that's why they don't teach it, because I think the purpose of public schools is to create workers, employees, right? To get you into a trade.
Facts.
To be whatever. But the white folk that control America and understand how the American society and system was built, they teach their children contrary to what is being taught in the public schools, and they teach their children how to be owners, right? How to own the land, how to own companies, how to be CEOs, how to work with the law, work with lawyers to acquire shit. And all that stems from knowing the law, understanding the law, applying it. I think the Law of Nations is where everything like comes from. So that's a good book to pick up and read and understand. But yeah, they teach their kids how to own shit. And while public school teaches other people's kids how to work for the owners. I honestly think America is just, capitalism is just glorified slavery.
Yeah.
You feel me? I don't think slavery ever ended. It just turned into capitalism.
Mm-hmm.
That's how this country was built, on the backs of black Americans and slavery. And the fight between the North and the South with the Civil War was so that we would take away your slaves, but then just make everybody slaves.
Damn.
And I think that's really
And call you a free man.
Yeah, we'll call you a free man. We won't call you a slave
But you
anymore.
gotta work for me still.
Yeah, we won't call you a slave anymore. We'll call you an employee.
Mm-hmm.
But the concept is the same. Yeah, you have a choice whether to do it or not. But if you choose not to do it, you're gonna be on the corner.
Yeah, you don't make money.
So the money is valueless. It's just paper that they print up. It's like monopoly money, but we've been conditioned to believe that it has value, so we bust our ass for it. There's no value in the money. The real value is human obedience.
Right.
That's the value. The ability to get people to do shit for you is what that represents. So if everybody was just like, fuck the money, let's just work for each other, the whole system would crumble. Do you have anything to say?
What should we talk about? What should you talk about?
Astrology.
Damn, I love astronomy.
Astronomy. What the fuck? This nigga.
Not the same thing, but
He's like, I love pastrami.
this episode was brought to you by Ultra.
It wasn't.
No,
brought,
it wasn't brought to
it
you.
wasn't brought to you.
It wasn't brought to you by anybody.
Let me go take a leak.
Hey, well, we could. You know what we could do too is we could create like a GIF, and we could have that.
She don't wanna ride, she just wanna slide. You be too attached, she just wanna fly. Always talking shit, shorting dynamite. Ask me if she wanna suck me, babe, that's quite alright.